been 60 years since the Packers and Chiefs met down in Southern California in what would come to be known as the first Super Bowl. But now, at modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, we are counting down to Super Bowl 60. And we've got a great matchup in store. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, these guys are black for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Their meeting in Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To throw, it's May.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 9. May now off the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's May. We'll swing this out to Henderson. And he'll go down at the 28. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Henderson. And they'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Throwing here is May. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is indeed good. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. This one goes underneath to Walker. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
First down, Seattle.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 20.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways, what you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 58 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And so much success running the ball in this drive. You get down there, you're knocking on the door. You go to throw it in disaster.
Sometimes you outguess yourself, because I think a lot of times they expect so much pressure from the defense in that situation that you want to throw the football and instead
Cause a fumble.
Cause a fumble. You look back at the drive in its entirety and you think running the ball might have been the way to go.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And Diggs has it. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 3-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Darnold now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks.
1st down, Seahawks.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Like it's been this negative ways, he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This from 36 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England's offense set to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Henderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll throw with May. Short pass caught by Henry. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To the air, May. That is caught. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards on the play. And the Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Right side going to be taken in by Henderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
9 brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Back to throw again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackled that time by Derek Hall. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Second down and 8. He'll look to throw. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Stevenson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Again, Stevenson. And this time he is in. Ramondre Stevenson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Seahawks 3.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Back to throw, Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Christian Barmore, his 2nd sack of the night.
And it's 4th down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. 1 second, all that remains. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 corners in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the 3rd quarter.
Here's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
First down.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
It past the 30, almost to the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the gun, it's Walker. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now he'll tuck this and run. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the first.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll set up a throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Barner from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's May. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. To throw, it's May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Patriots first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Patriots first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing here is May. It's complete to Diggs. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, we all know possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Walker. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
To throw is Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Christian Barmore bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
Gets past 1 man. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run the toss here with Stevenson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's May. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late.
That's interference.
That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Looking to throw. May. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Stevenson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and 1. It's complete on a bubble screen. That's Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Darnold. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Now May on the sneak, and he will have a Patriots 1st down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun, it's May. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The offense on third down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And the Patriots, first down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Second down and 4. A give for Stevenson, running right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This is complete to Butte. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Patriots are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Seahawks 10.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Darnold now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Here's Darnold. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Back to throw here. Going up top for Cup. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
4th down, 10 yards to go. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And now defensively they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's May. He finds Douglas complete. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew,